Good morning and welcome to patch 6.51, which will be released today just in a couple of hours, so maintenance is not too long anymore. But for that and for the waiting time, we can just check out the patch notes together. Yeah, that's basically all we know so far from the live letters and from the FanFest that will come in 6.51 today, which mainly features the Gold Saucer collaboration event with Fall Guys. So you have the time to check this out for a limited time. But there's definitely other content as well, so let's just go through this piece by piece. So yeah, as you can see, playable content, quests, battle system changes, also PvP changes, which is always something I'm looking forward to, because yeah, fixing these in small details every now and then is definitely healthy for the game and improves the overall gameplay experience for everyone participating. And yeah, of course, we need people participating in PvP so that this doesn't dry out and doesn't die from yeah, lack of participation of the player base. Okay, so new side quests have been added, Splendorous Tools, you can see that. I still haven't digged my toe into that, so I still need to do this because I want relic weapons for my crafters too, because they always look a bit dull compared to my battle jobs. And yeah, definitely something you should check out, because we have the Moen weapons now. I think they're not shiny, but we'll see in the patch when it gets live, and I can check out certain things to track this or to see if these are shiny weapons. I don't think so, because we had a lot of shiny weapons with the Splendorous Tools before. But yeah, of course, we also have variant dungeons, which is another big branch of the patch. And this is called Stranger from Paradise and starts in Old Charlian. So definitely visit Old Charlian if you haven't done anything regarding the variant dungeons. You have to complete that, of course, before it. But yeah, it's quite easy to catch up there. And I think that just the one walkthrough doesn't take more than 2 to 3 hours, maybe, if you just have the Mount Rockon and the one before. New chapters have been added to New Game Plus. The final quest of each chapter must be completed before it can be unlocked, of course. That's new here. And Aloalo Island has also been added as the side quest with new furnishings. As you can see, this is fitting quite well to this theme. Mandeville Gold Sauce, of course, new Castrian Roll, so we have new music added as well. I guess for the mount, maybe, and also the dungeon itself might be something where we have new music. Yeah, it does make sense there. Blunderville, a new Gold Sauce attraction made in collaboration with Fall Guys has been added. We already saw that on the intro for the FanFest, and that looked quite awesome, actually, because I think they have definitely spent some time in creating this, so it's not just the usual mini game. It's definitely a special mini game, so we definitely need to check it out, or you should check it out. Blunderville is a battle royale mode where up to 24 players vie against each other in a set of obstacle courses. So yeah, basically everyone that already played Fall Guys will know what that means and what you have to accomplish here. Complete each of 3 stages before your rivals and fight for your right to the victor's crown. Yeah, that looks and sounds awesome. I'm really excited to do that. This event is available for limited time only. After the initial collaboration event has ended, it will be held as a special event at irregular intervals. Okay, so you can see that here. It will come back at some point, but better be safe than sorry. Requirements, just crowning around. Okay, it's just one complete quest. You, of course, have to unlock the Gold Saucer, which is just a one quest in Ul'dah. Just start that and you can easily go there. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes, I guess. How to participate. Speak with Blunderville Registrar to participate in the show. To enter Blunderville Square, you may speak with Y or the Blunderville Attendant. Party registration. The party leader must speak with the Blunderville Registrar to join the show with a currently formed party. So you can join as a party. That's always good, which I still hope for PvP to happen. But yeah, that's how it goes, right? The Alliance leader must speak with... Okay, you can also go in there with a full 24 players alliance. That's awesome. Let the show begin. Players who have registered for a show will be sent to wait in Lobbyville. The show will begin when 24 challengers have gathered. So yeah, it's definitely not the same thing as a pre-made party, because you will participate against each other. So I guess it's a fair decision to have you join and be able to join as a party too. I'm not sure if there are group modes somewhere, because in Fall Guys you also have the duo mode or the group mode where yeah, your numbers are counted together, and then you have a full result at the end and participate against other teams. So yeah, maybe that will come later, but so far it doesn't seem to have this mode. It's just yeah, free for all and everyone against everyone. How to play. Each show will have 3 stages in total. Players must complete the objective of each stage to qualify for the next round. If you know Fall Guys, that definitely makes sense. I like the glamour sets, actually. Not the hat so much, but I think the other stuff can be combined again very nicely. I hope it will be dyeable. I guess so. I hope so. Challengers who qualify for the next stage will remain in spectator mode until the next round begins. So you can leave maybe and also just check who's winning the show and if your friends make it to the next round or not. Challengers who have been eliminated may remain in spectator mode until the end of the show. Okay, if you wish to leave spectator mode, you may do so at any time by selecting the leave button from the Blunderville menu. I'm not sure if you have to stay in there to get the rewards, but yeah, maybe that's explained here. MGF or Manaville Gold Saucer frame is awarded to all Blunderville challengers after a show has concluded. MGF is calculated based on your final rank in the show. MGF can be exchanged for rewards by speaking with the MGF trader. Okay, so you basically get a currency that you can trade against rewards, and I guess you will also get something when you're not winning the game, because that's quite what Square Enix does on basically every content except their trials, raids, and ultimate stuff. So yeah, you basically just have to participate, I guess. Because winning is not always guaranteed. I can tell you that from Fall Guys. Winning there is definitely not as easy as you might think, even though it's easy content. There are people really taking this very seriously, and you have to fight against them. Alright, so new triple tride cars have been added. New hairstyles have been added. I'm not sure if that's in line with the collaboration event or maybe variant dungeons. It seems like it's more in line or will be part of the variant dungeons. And yeah, like I can always tell you, and somebody in my comment section on my last Gil-making video pointed out, if you have something like this, hairstyles that can drop somewhere and are fresh new content, always sell them. Because at the moment you're getting them first, the prices will be at the highest point ever. And afterwards they will stabilize and you can buy them for yourself for much less. So for example, you can just sell them for 5 million gil at the start of the patch, and then later on it will just cost you 100k or something like that. So definitely make sure to sell that at the first spot, the first glance, and then buy it for yourself afterwards. New emotes have been added. Yeah, this one is quite nice. Seems to be part of variant on Criterion too, because they mostly have hairstyles and emotes and hopefully mounts, which definitely this time is something that's a part of it. The variant dungeon Alo Alo Island has been added. Looks quite nice. I'm quite curious because the environment change is very, very clear here, and we don't have the Mount Rock on the Japanese style now. We have the beach style. That's really cool to see, and I like that they expand on this content, even though I would still hope for gear in that content that is something relevant in between Savage Gear and your best in slot upgraded augmented credendum. But yeah, I think I might be in the minority with that opinion, but I guess I'm not alone, at least. Players may enter alone or in a party of up to 4 with difficulty scaling according to party size. Okay, so you have to get to item level 605 at least, and your level sync to 665, which I guess will be the highest possible item level you can get in Endwalker. There won't be anything higher. I guess the Endwalker relics might be 660 or 665 with better stats than the Savage weapons, but I guess they won't be 670. So this definitely the highest item level that you can get right now, and the sync only means that for later patches and the next expansion that you can't just cheat yourself through that content. Okay, so yeah, you have to do the Stranger of Paradise quest, which of course requires you to also do the other variant stuff. Enter from the V and C dungeon finder under the duty in the main menu. Entering solo or in a pre-made party up to 4 players. Make certain box enable party matching is unchecked, then select register to duty for duty to enter. So you can choose if you want to do that in party finder or if you want to do a pre-made, or you can also do that solo. When matching with a party, there are no role requirements or restrictions for parties. Moreover, players can freely change to any job or class that has reached level 90. So you can choose whatever you want. Your party setup is not fixed there, but definitely should make sense having a tank and a healer at least, or something that can heal, and a warrior maybe. Okay, so setting variant actions. Yeah, this is basically the same explanation as every time. I think they haven't changed something here. You will get the grip of it if you just do the content, just check it out for yourself. Item exchange. By speaking with Trisasson in Old Chalayan, players can exchange tokens obtained from completing variant dungeons for various goods. And of course, the Criterion dungeon, another Aloha island, has been added, which is the more difficult version of it, and that also requires item level of 640, which might be tough to beat with that item level, but you can, some people already did with minimum item level, so you can definitely do so as well. Alright, so here you can see the just usual rules of the variant and Criterion dungeons. You have the matched parties comprised of the following roles. You will get the party composition bonus, and it's basically the same like before. Variant actions, the variant raise actions will be automatically assigned to all players upon entering, so you have limited raises here. You can't just raise in the normal manner on that difficulty level. As you can see here, resurrection restrictions. While undertaking this duty, players will be subjected to a status effect that prevents resurrection by certain means. Raise effects granted by variant rise 2 are exempt from this restriction. So just check out how it works for you and just give it a try. I think that's everything you need to know. And we also have the Savage version here, which this little boss with looks actually crazy. The fairy with the gun in the hand. That's crazy. Party composition bonus. Yeah, here we have all the same rules except for having respawn point restrictions too, and the reset after party KO. So definitely make sure that your party stays alive. There's one person that can resurrect others afterwards and still have the limited raising capabilities. So keep that in mind. Item exchange. By speaking with Trisasson, that's the same NPC as before. You can get all various goods for the exchange process for the tokens. Aloha manuscripts, which are earned upon completing another Aloha island, Savage, can be exchanged for flasks of elevated Esther. This item is required to upgrade weapons purchased with Lagan tombstones of Divine Comedy. Whoa, yes! I'm not sure if I've overlooked that in the life letter, but that's actually a good step forward. That is awesome. So this will include another upgrade material for your tombstone weapons, which is insane. That's definitely a step into the right direction. I'm really loving this, and this could indicate that in the future they will add further of these changes. So that's awesome. Alright, so PvP changes. Overall, a change to the Paladin's healing capabilities in its burst phase. So definitely a welcome change, because I always like if you have a more sustained access to your skills and not just this game-changing gimmicks that will make or break the game for your team. And you overall have a bit more strategical approach. And healing is always something that gives you a bit more of a strategical approach, even though these fall short compared to your potion. Your recuperate is still the way to go of getting yourself and staying alive. That's definitely something. And we see a buff to Ninja, which in my opinion is good to see, because in last times I have played Christian Conflict, Ninja wasn't well represented, and I didn't have this urge of a feeling of threat coming from a ninja. So every time I played a ninja, maybe last year, I always had the moment of, oh no, we have to stop the ninja from doing sketchy things. And this hasn't been around for quite a while, and I guess Saiton Tenshu, especially the burst opportunity here, has been increased now, and you also have the dot area effect a bit. It's not a significant boost, but it's definitely something I'm quite satisfied with. So Sage also gets a barrier potency increase, and stacks of Haematinian, is that right? Granted, have been reduced from 5 to 4, so better access to that skill. Damage over time duration has been increased, so your Criterion doses now last longer, which is always good to see. Gives you a bit of a tactical advantage here. and of course more damage output. You can apply that to basically every target in range. Effects of Dragoon Limit Break Sky High have been adjusted to better distinguish between allies and enemies. That is awesome, because sometimes, yeah, I was really confused. Is that my ally? Of course, when I played Dragoon myself and I saw that symbol that's not coming from myself, I could know this is the enemy Dragoon. But yeah, if you're not playing Dragoon yourself, it's kind of confusing sometimes, and now it's in place here. This is really cool. The effects of pets summoned by players have been adjusted to better distinguish between those belonging to allies and enemies. Okay, so now you have the blue circle for allies and red circle for enemies. That's, yeah, like I said, small changes, but frequently are definitely making the game better overall. And now we just need the party queue and everything is awesome. All right, so yeah, you can see Bahamut here, the evil Bahamut and your friendly Bahamut neighbor. New arena red sands has been added, which of course looks awesome. I'm really digging that design, and this is definitely something that looks quite different to the arenas we had before. And every arena that's put into the roster and we have more versatility and more variation is definitely something I'm looking forward to. Sand pits. Crystalline intersects with ring-like nests at checkpoints. Clearing any such checkpoint with a tactile crystal in tow will result in one of the following denizens emerging from within. Red Sands Antlion. The Antlion will drag all players in range deep into the nest, rendering them immobile before erupting from the sands to deal massive damage. Okay, so yeah, you should definitely not go there. That looks quite nice from the overall environmental design here. Definitely a unique design and not the usual arena that we are used to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Sabotender. The Sabotender will unleash 100,000 needles upon all players in range. As the needles are split between affected players, damage dealt to each player will change accordingly. Okay. Yeah, that looks awesome. I like these Final Fantasy classics being put into the game. Is always something I love to see, and yeah, being part of the gameplay aspect here is definitely cool. Acutender. This rare and curious creature will unleash therapeutic needles upon all players in range, granting them a barrier effect. As the needles are split between affected players, the strength of the barrier granted to each player will change accordingly. Okay, that's cool, because that's a defensive aspect now that you can maybe use for yourself. Oasis. The arena's Oasis area grants players within a special effect that regenerates HP over time. The effect will remain for a time after exiting the Oasis. Okay, this looks actually very large. I'm not sure how large this arena might be, but it seems that you can go there. Special effect region held for a longer duration. Because, yeah, you can see the effect will remain for a time after exiting the Oasis. So, yeah, it's a cool gimmick, because you now might be able to just get this effect preemptively and then have a little advantage over your enemies with a region effect. Even though I'm not considering a region effect to be impactful in PvP, because burst is so high, you will die with a region effect on yourself as well. But yeah, we'll see about that. Heat waves atop the red sands will deal damage over time to all competitors. So this is kind of the opposite. You will have a damage over time buff or a damage over time debuff that you will get when you enter these sand pits, from which balming geysers will erupt. Players standing in one of the small circular indicators on the ground will be soothed by sand pearl shrouds, granting HP recovery and a boost of the limit gauge. Okay, no, this is also something that has two sides of the coin. You have a damage over time, but also the sand pearl that you can collect, which will give you a HP recovery and boost your limit gauge. So that it seems like this is a kind of all of the previous arenas put into one. So I'm quite curious how that turns out. While the geyser is erupting, no creatures will emerge from the sand pit. Nevertheless, caution is advised, as the force of the geyser will deal damage to and knock back any who approach its center. Creatures will emerge. Do we have enemy NPCs in this? Okay, I don't have any clue about this. We'll see how that turns out in, yeah, the arena. And of course, Season 8 will end and Season 9 will begin. When the season ends, the top 100 ranking players from each data center will receive vouchers via the Moogle delivery service. Players finishing in the bronze tier or higher can claim rewards by speaking with the seasonal quartermasters at Wolf's Den Pier. Tier rewards must be claimed before the end of season. Alright, so we have new items added. This looks like part of the variant and Criterion dungeons. I don't know myself how I can combine that glamour because I'm not sure how this will interact with other glam pieces, but it's definitely a unique piece you can collect in the game now, and you should definitely do so. Items added in patch 6.51 will be listed at later date. Okay. New recipes have been added. It could also be crafting recipes you get from these dungeons, and then you have to craft these. But I'm not sure about that. It seems it could be just normal Criterion and variant dungeon rewards, as always. Further Splendorous tools enhancements have been added. By crafting or gathering specified items, players can obtain class-specified tools for Disciples of the Hand and Land, which can be enhanced in future patches. Dance like Moen is watching. Okay, so yeah, this is the whole quest line for the new addition to the tools, the Splendorous tools, and you should definitely check it out if you're interested in that. Fisher is also being added to that content. So new mine and botanist gathering points have been added. New items have been added to gathering points. Certain gathering points will now grant a bonus to collectability and collector's intuition. Okay, so that's definitely a gameplay aspect here. New fishing holes have been added. New mounts have been added. Yeah, this is one I'm definitely looking forward to. Not only that the ferry is carrying you around, but the post that your character is having is really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. This minion is also very cute. I like that too. New fashion accessories have been added. And of course, new achievements and titles have been added, which is a part of this. Division of Armorang and Raktika Greatwood into multiple instances added to alleviate congestion in patch 6.5 will be removed. Yeah, because of the MSQ that took you there. And it's, I guess, not longer needed anymore. In order to prevent server congestion immediately after the release of patch 6.51, we'll be implementing multiple field instances for Thafnir. Yeah, because you unlock the Criterion stuff in Thafnir, and they fear that people are congesting these areas, which I'm not sure that will happen, but it could be. So new portrait accents for adventurer plates have been added. New portraits accents have been added. And the maximum number of players designated wanderer or traveler when using the world system will now be counted separately. The new music and sound effects have been added. Alright, so this is the overview. I hope this will be able to keep players playing and participating in the activities of the content and patch. And yeah, hopefully this is something you were looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to the event with the collaboration of Fall Guys, and also I'm definitely trying to get into Criterion for the mount. The mount is awesome. So yeah, stick around for more info. Of course, stick around for the showcases that are in line with this, and I will do later. So yeah, stick around for that. And until next time, like always, stay safe, have lots of fun with the patch, and keep loving Final Fantasy.